This video is sponsored by the Mersey Blue podcast, your home of all things Everton.
Hi guys, hello and welcome back to another video right here on the channel. So Melody, it is the second week of the month, which means only one thing, and that is a board game. Okay, so as you guys would have gathered by the title and indeed the thumbnail, this is indeed Steamforge Games Resident Evil 2, the board game. Okay Mel, so what do we know, if anything at all, about Resident Evil?
It was a zombie PlayStation 1 game.
It was a survival horror game on the original PlayStation, and you had to go around the mansion and you had to basically survive, do puzzles, all that kind of good stuff while having zombies in your face. Okay, so the game was a massive success. Out come Resident Evil 2, and a lot of people would have said, I've got your retro gamer head on here for a board game review, a lot of people would have said Resident Evil 2 was actually better than the original. Okay, so along come our friends at Steamforge Games, and obviously Capcom, who has a license for the original game, and bring out of the blue Resident Evil 2. Now this game is it's at least 12 months old. It's been in my collection for a good 8 months, if not longer. I've just removed the cellophane before shooting. Okay guys, so there is the front of the box, and this is a Steamforge Games 1 to 4 player games Melody. So you've got a solo mode for all you guys who like to play by yourself. Okay, age 14 plus and 90 to 120 minutes. Game time, take that with a pinch of salt. These things often say 90 minutes. When you first start playing a game, as you know, because we played a few off camera and stuff, they take longer than that because you've got your head stuck in an instruction book. Hopefully the instruction book, rule book in this will be nice. Okay, so just going with the boring stuff there. Okay, just the logo, nothing special. A little bit of a tag bar thing on the end there. Resident Evil again, and a nice little graphic there. Okay, on the side. And the back is very nice. Okay, functional. It gives us a little panel about what the game's about and just shows us the kind of game that we are expecting. So, night has fallen over Raccoon City, and a shroud of darkness hides the horrors within. A viral outbreak has brought this once prosperous town to its knees, infecting the populace and turning them into ravenous undead monsters. So that's what you're dealing with, okay? Resident Evil 2, the board game, is a fast-paced, cooperative survival horror game for 1 to 4 players, okay? And it just goes yada 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 about it. So we played a few cooperative games, Pandemic being one of our favourites. So a cooperative game, guys, is what it says. Mel and I both have a character each, or a team, or whatever it might be, and we work together to beat the game. And these games are the same mechanic, don't they, where you have like a deck for the game that says like zombies appear here and this happens there and something jumps out there and whatever. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with, guys. Okay, so another quick look there, and we can see it's obviously a tile-based system a la Dungeon Saga. What else we got here like that as well? Here's Negan, does the same, doesn't it? Yeah. And there's a few other games, Hellboy, which is yet to hit the channel. Okay, so, and we have got obviously some miniatures that look very nice there. So fans of the franchise will know them immediately. I am not a massive fan of the franchise. I love horror. I love Stephen King. I love horror movies. I love Michael Myers, Halloween. I love all that sort of stuff. I've played the first game, and I've never really finished it. I was never really a massive fan. However, I do love working together with other people with board games and stuff, you know. Oh, now this makes me smile straight away. It's a flyer, RPD, the Raccoon Police Department, and it says this game contains scenes of explicit violence and gore. Okay, so straight away, you've got me, haven't you? I've started watching through my library of horror films, and Mel's joined me on a couple, haven't you? I'm trying to convert her to the Michael Myers fan club. Whether that works or not, I don't know. So she's like a regular now, you know, on the board game features, because we all love the old Eyes Up Melody and the unboxing things. So I had to persuade her, to be fair, to do this one, because it wasn't like last month's Everdell with cute little creatures, was it? No. Collecting like little grapes.
Scary one.
Okay. That siren's got nothing to do with us, by the way. Just going past on the road outside. Okay, so straight away, you get the Resident Evil 2, the board game booklet. Now, I like this. I say this on every single review. We've got a quick reference sheet for activations. they are invaluable because as much as you know a game, if you can't, unless you sit there and play the same game about 1,000,000 times over, you're not going to remember every rule. How many times will you play a game and I say to you, oh no, hang on, that was in such and such.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them have similar mechanics, so it's really nice. Tell you what else does this well, Zombicide. That has the same sort of trick. So we've got like the back sheet there is covered in. These are nice also to photocopy and laminate.
Yeah.
So if you've got a couple of players around, a couple of beers or whatever, everyone's got a little sheet in front of them to say on your turn you can move, you can shoot, you can whatever.
Yeah.
So what we'll do, remind me, I'll have a look at the end. Let's have a look at the components. Okay. Oh, Resident Evil 2, the board game, scenario book. Ooh. So we are going to be scenario based. A scenario, Mel, is a little mission, and it's a series of missions together, like called a campaign.
Yeah. And
we start at say 1 and we finish on say the 15th one, and some will say you can't go on to the next one unless you've won that scenario.
Oh, okay.
Or in some games it'll say, oh, play this scenario. Crikey, what am I thinking of? Arkham Horror, the LCG, where it doesn't matter whether you win or you lose, you'll still go on to the next scenario. And so we can sit there and we play this for say 6 weeks back to back on say a Saturday night and play a different adventure. So we'd be working our way as if you're working through a video game.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, okay, so scenario booklet, I'm not even going to open, except just to have a quick blip and just see if it says how many scenarios. Okay, so we have 8 scenarios by the look of it. There's the setup, hang on, scenario 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A. Yeah, it looks like, you know, we get sort of between 5 and 10 scenarios with these things. Not going to show it at all. Don't want to give nothing away to any of these folks who are just sitting here who'd like to know the story themselves and possibly buy the board game.
Yeah.
We are obviously, I am affiliated to some board game companies. Steamforge games I'm not. Mm-hmm. But hey, if you want to Steamforge games, just find my link on the channel bio and I'll happily work with you guys. I love your stuff anyway. Okay, so we have now got Mel. A lot. Word. Oh, crikey. Give me a second here, guys. We've got a lot of... Oi.
Oh, sorry.
Eyes up.
Eyes up.
It may be board game unboxing, but the same rules apply. Sorry. So we've got a lot of a lot of tiles. Now, what I will say, I've seen this game done before, and it's got one criticism. Can you tell what the criticism is in the tiles? Can you see how dark they are?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So that might be a little bit of a problem. Not so much, let me show you what I mean. Hopefully under the light, they might come up better than what they actually are. But these are double-sided as well, by the way. Okay, but if you're playing and, you're trying to find, because these things, it's obviously sort of squares here, because if you have a look and you see, like, say, this L-shaped one here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, so you might be able to move, say, 4 spaces on your turn. So, you can see it there, which is fair enough. But if tiles start becoming too dark, and in the midst of a game, more so if you look at the reverse side there, where's that?
Yeah, they're really dark.
Hoping again with the lights can help me out here. But yeah, I can see that straight away. So this is the 1, 2, so this is the second one. We've got a third one. And these look basically to me, they're like the inside. Those of you guys who played the game and know better, but it looks like the inside. Is this, it may be the one with the police station? I'm not sure. Or that might be Resident Evil 3. Someone's going to correct me sooner or later.
Yeah.
But anyway, these are, like I say, they look like very, very dark, very, very inside. This is a typical zombie survival game, isn't it? There we go, some more there. So what you do with these guys, you have a look at that scenario booklet there, and it show you the map of how you set them up. So you put like this one next to that one and do like a little map. You put a couple of little things on there, maybe points that you've got to get to, or whatever. Think Zombicide where we played that, where you've got to get objectives. Anyone who's played Zombicide, you know the score. Okay, and we have another one. This looks like a bigger area.
It does, yeah.
Okay, there doesn't seem to be like a lot of blood splattered on these tiles, considering it's like zombies and stuff. But maybe that's just me with my bloodlust of late. Okay, and we see a couple of tokens. These look like door tokens.
Yeah. Possibly
by my finger here. A couple of little heart tokens. They'd obviously be for your health and for your life there.
Yeah.
There's a big umbrella. Oh no, that's actually a dial. Do you know what I think that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a dial that goes together, and I think it's if you have weapons. I think you get things like shotguns, pistols, and I'm sure there's a mechanic in this game that you basically turn the dial down. So say if you shoot, it might take say 2 bullets in your shotgun.
Yeah.
So you'd take that and you'd run out of ammo.
Cool.
So the game itself, the video game, from what I can remember, is very, very suspenseful. So you're coming down a corridor and you think, I've got 4 bullets left. There's a load of zombies, what you do?
Yeah.
And the game itself is tense, so I'm thinking that may well be something to mirror that tension and give us that Resident Evil experience. Okay, now these look interesting, don't they? It's like a series of, oh, there you go, there's your ammo tokens. So maybe that was for something else, maybe a turn counter. But let me just show you that, guys. On the bottom row along here, you can see it says like ammo and stuff, and there's like bullets. So going back, say, a minute ago from what I was saying, that's like what they'd be used for. And we've got these little things here, which show there is a medical name for these. They're on the you know, the heart machines. Yeah. Okay. Someone please tell me if you're medically, you know, if you've got more of a brain than I have, what these are called. But anyway, so I'm taking it that that's like your health for like each player, possibly. And there's a couple of different ones that are obviously just conditions. There's like a couple of purple ones there and stuff like that. And we have like what appears to be blood tokens, so it may well be sort of hits that you get off the zombies. And we have a second one which looks like a repeat, because it did say 1 to 4 players, didn't it?
Yeah.
So they will be your player board there.
Yeah.
Just says Resident Evil 2, the board game, and obviously your health. Now looking that closer, it says fine, caution and danger, and they are actually segregated.
Yeah.
So maybe you put a token in that for how good your health is.
Yeah.
Possibly. I say it's hard to tell because we haven't opened the rule book. Have a look at this.
Wow.
There we go, guys. What most of us buy these games for, the miniatures. Okay. Sorry about the glare there. That was always going to happen without overlight lights. Let's have a look and see if we can't butcher this. Okay, and a little bit of sellotape. Thankfully, I don't have to get the knife out. We just open this here. Sorry, Mel, can I just ask you to put that over there for me, please? There's nothing else in the bottom of the box, so we can go ahead and have a look at a couple of the. Tell you what we should do.
Cool.
Should we show the little bits first, and then we'll show the folks the minis?
Yeah.
Already Mel's excited, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a set of dice, which have obviously got different symbols on, which are relevant to the game. There is an umbrella dice in there, the black one at the top. Okay, so what you do is you'd be firing bullets and they'd be attacking you, so the dice would sort of say the results of that. We have a load of little buttons, we call these, don't we?
Yeah.
Which connect the little dials, the front of the dial and the dial, so they turn. Yeah. Okay. We have cards. Okay, let's have a look and see what's in these. Normally these would be the game playing against you, you know, the AI.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to show some of these? So we've got some of the characters. So it's Leon Kennedy. Okay. Claire Redfield. I know those two are definitely in the first game. And then we've got a couple of other characters there, just for you Resident Evil fans. Ada Wong and Robert Kendo, if that means anything to anybody. Okay, and then we got a zombie card. So these are obviously like the stat cards of the, you know, the players and the enemies and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, now, we've got, just want to show some of them.
Yeah.
They are, it says all clear there, so I presume they go by the mechanic, like I say, we pull a card each turn. Yeah. Oh. So that says all clear. There's a little bit of text on it. Undead Ambush is another one. So, you know, you are getting jumped in this game.
Yeah.
You are. There's no other way around it. Just various cards, all clear again. No escape. Sounds ominous, doesn't it? There's a red umbrella. Blood curdling howl. Okay. Chilling howls cut through the air as undead hounds bound in pursuit. Feral animals driven by rabid ferocity. Anyone who's played the first game, you walk down a corridor and to your left there's a set of windows. And it's all quiet and the music's going the way it does, and smash, these hellhounds jump out through the window, and the first time you play it, and anyone who's played the game years ago will agree with me, there they are, the zombie dogs. Ooh. They jump out, so we know we've got canines or undead canines in there. Persisting unleash, murder of crows, tough hide, hideous screech. I'm not going to tell you anymore, okay? But it gives you the idea that you're in real trouble when you're in there. Yeah. So that's a big, thick deck of cards there. Where there's a mechanic that when the cards run out, the game is over, or maybe you reshuffle them back in, you know. Both mechanics work well in these kind of games. And then we have the smaller cards, and these are, by the look of it, item cards. Okay, because straight away, the one I can see is a little handgun. There, it says equip. So, yeah, you know, you probably search, you probably find these. Okay, handgun. There's a lot of handguns. Knives. Do you want to have a look at, show a few of them?
Yeah.
Okay, there is a shotgun on there as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Handgun.
I think most of the handguns there.
And then the knife.
Okay, and a couple more interesting ones. The green herb. In the original game, you had to find herbs in a mansion, mix them, and you'd be able to get like more health and stuff. A spade key. So again, you had to find certain keys to get through certain doors to progress in the game. So it looks like that's coming there. Handgun bullets, red herb, first aid spray, and I'm not telling you anymore, but there's a pack of absolute goodness in there. And the last thing to show before we have a look over the rule book is the minis. So I'm presuming that the grey ones are characters, if you want to show them, Mel.
Yeah.
First, please.
Okay.
Can I dig the book out? Okay, so they look quite nice. I mean, where the quality to be painted, I really don't know. I really don't, to be fair. But
cool,
yeah, yeah. They look nice though, don't they?
Yeah.
You know, what I like is the enemies are in red and the players are in grey.
Yeah.
So very, very easy to see. Okay, next come the Hellhounds. Just want to show two of those for me, please.
Ooh.
Okay, the devil dogs that we were talking about to jump through the windows. Okay, there's actually 4 of them, but they're repeat poses, guys.
Wow.
And then we just want to show a couple of the zombies for me. Just again, they look like the repeat poses, but they'll just show you a couple of different ones just to give you, give you an idea of what's going on there. Then we have some Gribblies. Oh man, I think these are called crawlers. These are great.
These are big, horrible ones. Oh
no,
these have got like big hands.
Yeah, they are horrible, them, aren't they? So you get like an idea of where we're going with this.
Oh, look at the size of the tongue on that one.
Insert your own pun there, Wayne.
Looks like a
Okay.
python. Dave the Reptile Man.
Would you like to meet this guy?
No, I certainly wouldn't. Oh, dear me. He's a bit scary, isn't he?
They're all very scary by the look. I really don't want to face any of them, to be totally truthful. And there is a big bad. I'm looking at that
like
guy
the
there.
King of zombies. Ugh.
He's mega, isn't he?
Wow.
I'm fidgeting around here, guys, if anybody's wondering what I'm doing, trying to get these little guys back in. So if I leave you to put those back in for me, and the cards and the dice and stuff, and I will have a look, thank you, I'll have a look over the rule book. So just finishing off, I like to have a look at the rule book and just see how well it's presented, okay? So we've got a contents page and an introduction. I think I pretty much covered the introduction over what Resident Evil is, and being such a big franchise, you'd know anyway. Game contents, just telling us everything that we have in the box that Mel and I have just shown you. Character profiles, so what you do is you'd have your Leon Kennedy card and you'd have your health card there, along with obviously the stuff that you start off with. So it looks to me like you'd start off with a handgun, a knife and a first aid spray. Tell us a little bit about item cards, explain to player area, how we set that up. Enemy reference cards, same type of thing as your good guys.
Yeah.
And then the gameplay basics, so character activations. So there's the action phase, and you can move, open or close a door, search, trade an item, use an item or attack, and then it goes down and tells us what they are and how we go about them. The reaction phase is where the zombies react and tells us all about that. And then the tension phase, which I'm thinking is something like the mechanic in Zombicide, where the worse it gets, the more enemies come out, you with me? Oh, there we go now. So we've got scenario 1A, brief, getting to the police department. So I don't want to show too much. I'm going to turn the page over, but you can just basically see the point I made before, where you make up the map. Yeah, and that'll tell you where everybody starts, what happens, all that kind of stuff, how we set it up. And it just goes into additional game rules, tile encounter levels, and tells us about terrain and stairs. Your rules are going upstairs, opening doors, how you run our characters, about their health track and stuff. The enemies, how we work their cards out. So you see the liquor on there. Getting ready to start, ready to play scenario 2A, which is the first one that is in the scenario book.
Yeah.
And then any advanced rules. Advanced rules are basically the ones where you can play the normal game and they might bring in a certain rule and you might be sure how that works. Have a look here, it'll tell you. It's a glossary, okay? Alternate game modes. Oh, no, that's nice. They got an easy mode. We know about the solo play mode.
Yeah.
Okay, so normally easy modes, you normally put a couple of extra health cards in there or take a couple of bad enemies out or something like that. So we probably play that on our first run through.
Yeah.
Just so we learn how to move, attack,
Yeah.
do what we're doing. Tells all about the campaign. Failing scenario and using continues. So you must obviously have continues. Continues are a thing in video games where if you die, you stay on the same level.
Okay.
This is taken from a video game, so they brought that in.
Yeah.
So say if we failed, say the second scenario, we'd have another chance to use a continue to do it. To me, the book looks pretty straightforward. There's nothing in there. I mean, I'm a hardened game player, so unless a book is like written in double Dutch,
Yeah.
then I get it. You know, the trouble I have is inside here I've got about 30 million rule sets. Okay, so listen guys, that was Resident Evil 2 by Steamforged Games, from the Capcom license of the game, the video game of the same name. It's Halloween month, so hope you enjoyed this review. Hope you enjoyed the rest of the content that's coming this month. Looking on the board right away there, we've got some good stuff for you. We really have. There's mixes of daubs and there's a figure unboxing. And there is also a couple of Funko unboxers. So let's enjoy Halloween together and this fantastic month. Fall is here. The weather's getting colder. My favourite season's here. Season of the Witch. I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you all next month for another board game review. Melody.
Bye-bye for now.
See you later.